All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a special event announcement. So, Deep Jewels, the all women's MMA promotion out of Japan, has announced that Deep Jewels 42 is going to go down on September 10th. It's going to be celebrating their 10th anniversary. That's right, Deep Jewels is now the longest running women's MMA promotion, or all women's MMA promotion, to come out of Japan. They lasted longer than Smack Girl did. They lasted longer than Jules in its previous incarnate, and they lasted longer than Valkyrie. So they've made it 10 years, and they're coming at us with their 42nd numbered event. Excuse me. And it's going to be topped off by a microweight championship bout between defending champ Suinam Boonsorn, aka Amp the Rocket, going to be defending her title for the first time against Aya Murakami. And they've got a bunch of good fights added to this card. So let's go ahead and get down into it. This goes down in Tokyo at New Pier Hall, by the way. So the first bout is going to be, I believe this is her first time in Deep Jewels, Korean fighter Yeji Lee taking on a mystery fighter, Fighter X. So Fighter X, if you've ever watched Ryzen events, they've done this before. It's a mystery opponent. They will not announce the opponent until the day of the weigh-ins, is how they usually do it. I believe that's how Deep Jewels will do it as well. Now, Yeji Lee, if you've been watching this channel since pre-pandemic, should be familiar with her. I've covered her a bunch in the past, but she has not fought since November of 2019. She is coming off of a win back then via TKO in the second round. She carries a record of 4-6 overall. She's 24 years old, stands all of 5 feet 1 inch tall. Last time Tapology updated her record. This young lady has been fighting since she was 16 years old. I've watched, I think, pretty much all of her fights, or almost all of them. Started off on a bad note, had 2 straight losses to legends of the women's divisions in Satoko Shinashi and Hisei Watanabe, won her next 3, and then started a slow 4-bout losing streak before picking up a win in what was the Shudo Super Atomweight tournament to crown a champion. And unfortunately, the pandemic hit, and she couldn't get over to Japan to compete then. She has not competed since then. What she has done in the meantime, though, she was on the Netflix hit competition show, Physical 100, that came out of Korea. So you might have seen her there if you watched the first, maybe second episode as well. She got eliminated fairly early, but if you've watched the show, you might recognize her from that. But first time back at MMA in a while, so looking forward to seeing what she does, and looking forward to seeing who, they end up matching her up against. Next, we have a lightweight bout. Po Chan Z coming back, taking on Chieko Hosoya. Po Chan Z coming in with a record of 0-4. Hosoya coming in at 1-1. Po Chan last fought about 4 months ago, dropped a decision. Hosoya last fought 7 months ago, where she dropped a decision to Marina Kumagai. Don't have an age for Po Chan Z. Hosoya is 36. They're both about 5 feet 6 inches, 167, 168 centimeters tall. You got to think this has got to be it for Po Chan Z. She's 0-4. Jules has been trying to give her like opponents that she can beat. They're pulling this young lady up from, I want to say, bantamweight was her last bout. Yep, her last bout was a bantamweight. So they're pulling this girl up 2 weight classes. And I feel for Po Chan Z because she goes out there and she tries. Like, she's giving an honest effort. It's just not very good. So we'll see if she can finally get one in the win column against Chieko Hosoya. Then we go all the way down to the flyweight division. Yuka Okutomi taking on boss Haruka Suzuki. Otomi coming in off of a successful pro debut over Mana Akagi a little over a month ago. Boss coming in off of a submission loss to the same opponent, Mana Akagi. That was 4 months ago. I have no age available for Boss. Okutomi is 25. Looks like Suzuki slightly taller at 5'5", 165 centimeters to 5'3", 160 centimeters. I know I've seen these fights. I know I've seen them fight. I can't particularly remember. I like the chutzpah for someone to come in with the nickname of Boss. I gotta say I like that a lot. We'll see who comes out in this one. Then we move back down to microweight. Kyoka Minagawa, aka Kyoka Chibisai, taking on Akari Kamasei. Chibisai coming in at 2-3. Kamasei coming in at 1-1. Kyoka's coming off of a win via rear naked choke 4 months ago. Akari Kamasei fought about a month and a half ago at the last Deep Jewels event. Took a loss to Mizuki Furuse. No age available for Akari Kamasei. Kyoka is 26. And these are the two tiniest fighters probably in the sport at 4 feet, 9 inches, 145 centimeters. So when we say microweight, these two are microweight and then even smaller than that. Like, I think Kyoka actually usually weighs in around 90 pounds. Kamasei is probably about the same. These are the tiny girls. So should be an entertaining bout. And we have, I believe this is a 110-pound catch weight. Yep, minus 50 kilograms. Eru Takebayashi taking on Saki Kitamura. Takebayashi coming in at 3-3. Kitamura coming in at 0-1. She last fought at the last Deep Jewels, at Deep Jewels 41. Took a decision loss to Kate Oyama. Takebayashi coming in off of her first win in a while 4 months ago over Hitomi Taniyama via decision. Before that, she was riding 3 straight losses, 2 by decision, 1 by submission. No other stats available for Saki Kitamura. I believe that she just goes by Saki. Takebayashi is 20 years old. She stands 5 feet 3 inches, 160 centimeters. Takebayashi's fairly decent on her feet, but if she gets taken down, she starts looking lost. We'll see if that will happen here as well. We'll definitely shall see. Then we go back. I believe this is another microweight bout. A lot of microweight. Yeah. Another microweight bout. Momoko Yamazaki taking on Reina Kobayashi. If you follow Deep Jewels at all, these two will definitely be familiar to you. Yamazaki coming in at 3-4. Kobayashi coming in at 2-3. So they both have upside down records. Both coming in off of losses. Yamazaki is riding 2 straight losses, both via decision. Last fought 4.5 months ago, losing to Akari Kamasei. She's on this card. And Kobayashi dropped a loss to Satoko Shinashi 5 months ago up at one of the big Deep shows. And I'll tell you what, she put in a heck of a fight against Shinashi. Shinashi, way more experienced than her. Way more experienced, like almost 30 fights, I think. And she came in at 2-2, and she gave a good account of herself against a much more experienced fighter. Both fighters are 31 years old. Looks like Kobayashi slightly taller at 5 feet even, 152 centimeters to 4'11", 149 centimeters to Yamazaki. This should be a good one. Momoko is always good for a scrap. I mean, she's not very technically proficient, but she's a scrappy fighter. That's what she comes in to do. Kobayashi is slightly the more technically proficient fighter, but she might get drowned out a little bit by that scrappiness of Yamazaki. So we'll see, but I like this fight. This is a good one for the microweight division. Someone leaves with a 500 record with a chance to uh, get into the winning side, whereas the other one's going to go home slightly more disappointed. Then we have a flyweight bout. Nori, formerly of Team Dayton, now of Team Pravajra, taking on Momoko Saito. Saito is making her pro debut. Nori is 5-6-1, so has that upside down record. She's coming in off of a loss to Takeo Hashi about 2 months ago. Failed bid for the, I believe that was for the Pancrase. Yeah, Pancrase flyweight title. Before that, she had picked up a win via split decision in Deep Jewels. Momoko last fought 10 months ago, her one and only amateur bout that's listed on Tapology, where she picked up a decision win. Momoko Saito is 1 year the elder at 25-24 for Nori. Let's see here. Saito is also slightly taller at 5'5", 165 centimeters to 5'4", 162 centimeters for Nori. Should be an easy win here for Nori. She certainly has the experience. Yeah, this is a lopsided fight here, at least on paper. But we've seen fights that look lopsided on paper end up being the other way before. So we'll see if that one is. But, I mean, my early pick on this one's going to be Nori. Then we have a strawweight bout. Hikaru Ono making her strawweight debut, moving up from atomweight, taking on veteran Yuko Kiryu. Both of these fighters are veterans. So Ono coming in at 9-6, Kiryu coming in at 12-10. Ono coming in off of a win via decision over Kato Yama 4 months ago. Before that, had 2 straight losses to Saori Oshima and then Moeri Suda. Kiryu is riding 2 straight losses, though. Got TKO'd against Hime 10 months ago and then got submitted via Moeri Suda 3.5 months ago. So both of these two ladies have losses to Moeri Suda via submission within the last year. Kiryu's the elder fighter, 36-30 for Hikaru Ono. Kiryu will be taller at 5'2", 157 centimeters, so she's on the short end of strawweight. But Ono even shorter at 5 feet even, 152 centimeters. Very interesting that this is at strawweight. I got to think that for Hikaru Ono, she's been trying to elevate beyond a perennial contender at atomweight, but she keeps on getting stuck. She keeps hitting roadblocks. So maybe she figured she can go up to strawweight. And I mean, there's very few strawweights in Japan. So maybe she figured if she can get a win or two up at strawweight, she can get some more attention, or it'd be a faster road to a title shot. Although I don't think she wants that because the current title holder in Deep Jewels is Seika Izawa. For Kiryu, she's got to get a win here. Nobody wants to lose 3 straight. She's 36 years old, so she's at the end of her career pretty much, but was doing good before those 2 losses. So she could right the ship here against the smaller Hikaru Ono. We shall see. Then we have, this is definitely a fight to look forward to. 49 kilograms, aka 108 pounds, what Ryzen calls super atom weight, but isn't an official weight class in Deep Jewels. Moeri Suda taking on Kate Lotus Oyama. Suda coming in at 8-5. Kate Lotus coming in at 4-5. So she got an upside down record. Now Suda is coming in off of a loss to Jun-Un Park via TKO at the last Deep Jewel show. She was actually doing fairly well on the feet and then took one hard punch straight to the chin, dropped, and got pounced on with the ground and pound. Before that, she had a win over Yuko Kiryu via submission. Kate Lotus, on the other hand, she's coming in off of a decision win at the last Deep Jewel show. Before that, she dropped a decision loss to Hikaru Ono, which not a bad loss because Aono has like way more experience than her. Oyama's the elder fighter at 25 to 19 years for Suda. She will be the taller fighter at 5'5", 164 centimeters to Suda's 5 feet 2 inch, 157 centimeters. So Moeri Suda on the left hand side there, she has the experience factor. She has four more fights than Oyama. She has the better wins. I would say overall she has the skill. But considering she had no combat sports background coming into MMA, Kato Yama has not done bad. And she started at flyweight, moved down to strawweight. I think she got like ill and lost a bunch of weight during that sickness and came back as a strawweight. And now she has moved down to 49 kilograms. Honestly, her record could be a lot worse. For someone that had no combat sports background when she started MMA, she's not doing too bad for herself. I mean, 4-5 in when did she start fighting? She had one amateur bout in 2020, but it turned pro 2 months later. So she's had 9 fights in 3 years. Not doing bad. Got to go with Suda though. She's definitely the more skilled fighter, and she'll definitely do better, I think, on the ground than Kate Lotus will. Then we have the co-main event. This should be a good one too. If you want to watch a striking fight, this should be the striking fight. Shiyu Park taking on Namiko Hime Kawabata. So the Korean Queen Bee coming in at 9-5. Hime coming in at 4-2. Park definitely has the experience on her. Both ladies coming in off of a loss. Now, Park hasn't fought since she lost to Seika Izawa for the Ryzen Super Atomweight title. That was back, I want to say, New Year's Eve. Lost a split decision. Before that, she had a nice win streak going. Hime dropped a decision. No, got submitted to Mahi Fukuda 4.5 months ago. Before that, she had 2 straight wins, including Saori Oshima, and then knocked out Yuko Kiryu 10 months ago. So both fighters looking to get back to on the winning side. No age available for Hime. Park is 32. Hime is slightly taller at 5 feet 3 inches, 160 centimeters. Park is 5 feet 2 inches, 157 centimeters. This is at 49 kilograms, by the way, so 108 pounds. This is going to be a fun one. I like this one. Hime doesn't have nearly the experience of Park, only about halfway, roughly, but she's not bad for her experience level. And she hits hard too. Personally, my pick is going to be Park. I just think she's an overall better striker. Then we have the main event. Was this Microweight Championship? The champ, Suinon Boonsorn, a.k.a. Amp the Rocket, taking on Aya Murakami. Amp coming in at 5-4. Murakami coming in at 6-1. Now, Amp just fought at the last Deep Jewels event. Came back for the first time since 2020. Took on Seika Izawa at strawweight. That was kind of a pointless fight. Maybe it was super atomweight. Let me check. Yeah, that was at super atomweight, so 49 kilograms. But before that, she last fought over 3 years ago, defeated Emi Sato via armbar submission. Murakami's riding 2 straight wins, a decision over Mizuki Oshiro Nisei, and then picked up a decision over is that Manhoof Sade? Yep, Manhoof Sade Suzumura, who's definitely bigger than Murakami. Let's see. Murakami is the elder fighter at 31 to 27 for Amp. Amp just barely taller, 5 feet even, 153 centimeters to 4 feet, 11 inches, 150 centimeters to Murakami. I expect this to largely be a ground battle. Amp is known for her submissions. Now, she's a good Thai fighter, too. Good Muay Thai. I believe that's her original background, but she fell into BJJ and just fell in love with it and has a bunch of good wins by armbar. Murakami, on the other hand, she was the fastest woman in Japan to earn her BJJ black belt. Like, out of all the female BJJ black belts in Japan, she was the fastest to get there. So we know she's coming in looking for those submissions too, and she's good with the armbar as well. This should be a very good ground battle. Although I know Amp can stand up and trade Muay Thai, she might decide, hey, I'm not going to go to the ground against a black belt, because Amp's not a black belt. I think she's like a blue belt, maybe brown belt by now. So she might say, I'm not going to the ground with the black belt, and just try to keep it on the feet, which Murakami doesn't have the best takedowns. That could work out for Amp, but we'll see. But I don't think either of them are going to be shy about going to the ground against each other. So Amp defending her microweight title for the first time. So you have it. Deep Jewels 42 goes down September 10th, September 10th. That is a Sunday in Tokyo at New Pier Hall. Bunch of good fights on this card. Bunch of fights I'm really looking forward to. Excited about Deep Jewels. And a happy 10th anniversary to Deep Jewels. So let me know your thoughts on the bouts. If you like the video, please give it a like. While you're at, go subscribe to WMMA Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.